Hey guys, King Cozy Gaming here with this month's PlayStation Essential Monthly Roundup, where I go over the quote-unquote free monthly games with the purchase of the PS Essential subscription. So the base subscription that most people have, you need it to play online. They usually give a minimum of 3 to 4 games on the first Tuesday of every month. In this video, I'll be giving you a description, the positives, the negatives, the Metacritic score, and other facts or relevant info, as well as my personal opinion on the games, being that I download and play all of them, so anything you see is my footage, and I'll be ranking them from worst to best, giving them a bronze, silver, and a gold medal, letting you know what's worth checking out, why you should check it out, and ultimately deciding if it's something you should just skip altogether. So the games this month were Lords of the Fallen, Tomb Raider, the original trilogy remastered, and Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. Before we get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I usually do walkthroughs. This is something new for me. I had a whole script. I hate how I sound. I heard that intro. It sounds horrible to me. It's not too bad. It sounds like, hey, to the point, but I'm a casual guy. So I'm going to talk to you guys like I would talk to a friend. But let's start off this list. With the bronze medal for me personally, it's Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream, an anime action RPG multiplayer set in the universe of Sword Art Online, an anime I have seen the first 2 seasons of, I believe, but it's been a very long time. Released in October 4th, 2024, the game still goes for $60 in the PS Store and has a Metacritic score of 68. You could play as a large roster of characters, being that multiple characters appear due to a system malfunction. You could play solo or participate in large online co-op raids with up to 20 players. Some positive reviews cite the fast anime style combat and flashy abilities, which is typical with most anime games. It has a very large roster. It got multiple characters from across the whole series, large scale multiplayer raids, strong fan service for the anime fans, actual people that already have a predetermined love for the series due to watching the anime. Negative cite repetitive missions, story not that incredible, and solo gameplay feels shallow. And then when it comes to my personal opinion, I have this last place just because it is pretty generic. It's kind of cool and it has a huge amount of characters, but of all the 3 games, it's the one I played the least of. I think I honestly played maybe 20 to 25 minutes, and it is pretty repetitive. If you really are an anime fan or a fan of the series, you definitely should check it out because you already have that predetermined love and nostalgia for it that I think can boost you. And just in general, I don't play many anime games other than the Naruto Shippuden, Storm Shippuden series when I was younger, and the Dragon Ball Z, what was it? Bonkai, Budake. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but you know what I'm talking about, guys. So yeah, it's coming in last. If you're not particularly into that anime or anime games in general, this isn't going to be the one that wins you over, but if you are for the series, check it out. Coming in second for the silver medal, Tomb Raider 1 and 3 Remastered, the original trilogy. The facts: it's an action adventure puzzle platformer. Released in February 14th, 2024, currently sitting at $30 in the PS Store with a Metacritic score of 76. A remastered collection of the first 3 classic Tomb Raider adventures featuring Lara Croft. The collection features upgraded graphics and the ability to instantly switch back and forth between original 1990s visuals and the modern remastered graphics while playing. Some positive reviews cite its faithfulness to the original trilogy, those upgraded visuals that still preserve the original style, and that instant toggle between classic and remastered is pretty damn incredible. And it also includes all expansions and bonus levels. While negative reviews cite gameplay design feeling dated, tanky controls, awkward camera angles, and old school difficulty spikes. Now, when it comes to my thoughts, it's exactly what it says it is. It's a remastered version of those classic 90s action adventure games. So if you're into that and you played those games, or if you love the Tomb Raider series, then you should check it out for the nostalgia. But it's freaking hard, bro. The controls are insane. If you grew up with this type of stuff, then maybe you could see past that. But if you're someone that's never played a classic PlayStation game, and even those early PS2 games, it might be really hard for you to see past those janky controls. I know me personally, at first I had this at the bottom of the list, guys. I really did. It took me so long to get over just the intro area that usually I play an hour max, but I went back and I gave it a second chance because when I first played, I only played Tomb Raider 1 and Tomb Raider 3. I thought, let me see the start and the end of the trilogy. I skipped over the middle. And after like thinking about, hey, I have Sword Art Online above the original trilogy of Lara Croft. She invented these fucking Nathan Drakes and other new guys to the block. I felt wrong. So I looked up some forums and I saw people said of all the games in that original trilogy, part 2 is most people's personal best. So I went back and gave it another chance. And I'm so happy that I did, because when I went back and gave it another chance and I stuck with it, I found that I still had the same problem with the controls and the janky angles and those weird ass fucking difficulties just to get across a building or across a ledge. I know there's certain areas that I replayed so many times and it's the simplest of maneuvers. But when I stuck it out, I found it really challenging and enjoyable. Hard areas were satisfying to beat, and you actually find some pretty damn cool trap rooms. There's this whole hallway where you're running from traps back to back to back, and it was just surprisingly really entertaining. So, in conclusion, if you are a retro gamer or a longtime Tomb Raider fan, or someone that likes difficult puzzle platformers, check it out, give it a shot. Now, if you only like modern games and you're not really into old school controls or old school games, retro games, then skip it. You're not going to love it, and it's definitely not going to change your mind. Altogether, a good addition. For them retro gamers, they gotta get a little love too sometimes. And I do think I'm kind of one of those. And coming in first place with a gold medal, without a doubt, a game I'm actually excited to talk about, but let's get to the facts first. Lords of the Fallen, a Souls-like action RPG released in October 13, 2023, has a current PS Store price of $29.99 and a 75 on Metacritic. A dark fantasy action RPG where you play as a dark crusader attempting to stop a resurrected demon god. The game features two interconnected worlds, Axiom, the living realm, and Umbriel, the realm of the dead. You use this dual realm mechanic to solve puzzles and explore the world. Some positives note the strong gothic environment, that unique dual realm mechanic, which is pretty damn cool, a lot of customization, and pretty cinematic boss fights. Negatives, I guess it had issues upon release, but that's no longer an issue. Sometimes there's difficulty spikes, and it's not as polished as some of those top tier genre defining Souls like RPGs that already exist. Now, when it comes to my thoughts on the game, I'm not typically someone that plays a lot of Souls likes. I've played Elden Ring, I've played Bloodborne, and I believe I've tried Dark Souls 3. But I actually really like this game. I generally enjoy the dual road mechanic that I mentioned. Uh, it just shows the road in a whole new light, and it's just so cool and unique using it to get over like a bridge that isn't there unless you switch to that. And death is at the end, so you die and you go to that realm, or you could willingly go to that realm. But the longer you stay in that death realm, life gets harder and harder. I think it looks incredible. That's where it really fucking shines. This game, honestly, is pretty damn awesome. It's a triple A roguelike, Souls-like, a part of the free essential games. Like, honestly, this trumps everything by a landslide. And unless you're really into retro games, then maybe you'll prefer Tomb Raider. Or if you don't like Souls likes at all, then you might not fuck with this. But like, truly, this is the best game of the deal. There's a part 2 coming out soon, so this is perfect opportunity and chance to prepare you for it. And introduce you to the game, get you ready for it. There's a lot of classes, subclasses, and character customization, different weapon types. I like using magic particularly. I was a cultist, some sort of like crazy fire primarily um, targeted class. It seemed, and I'm really interested to go back and play other classes. Um, of all the games I played, this is the one that I have the most amount of time in. I genuinely enjoyed it. The cutscene in the beginning is incredible, and that's the thing. Some cutscenes are hit or misses, but when bosses show up, it's really cinematic. It's fucking awesome, and they're really intimidating. Unfortunately, some of those bosses are a lot easier than others, and some of them are a lot harder. So that's a weird spike, you know. And I guess there was a lot of technical difficulties when it first came out, but that's not an issue at all anymore. Uh, it's definitely not as polished as other Elite Souls like, but it's an enjoyable game, a really enjoyable game. Definitely worth your time, and the best of the bunch. But that has been my PlayStation Essential Monthly Roundup. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. I know April's almost done. It was a hell of a bitch to edit this. But I'll see you in the next one. This is King Goes Gaming.